21. 6. 12.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jarek McKinnon. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
21. 11.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Watch the slant. Black 80. 180. 21. Here we go.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Nelson Aguilar, 46 yards. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. Gold now out to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Flushed out right, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Prescott. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A very solid gain of 27.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. first down carry by Elliott. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go. 488. Here we go. 46.
Prescott now on 2nd down. And this is caught. It's Cooper. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 36 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now Garoppolo. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. A sizable gain there of 9 yards, but it's still 3rd and long.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down?
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Taco Charlton in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And taken right at the 35. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. And now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Prescott now from the 50. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. This is going to be a good one-on-one battle to watch. Both of these guys play the game at the highest level.
Both of them are terrific competitors. They play the game with great athleticism and smarts as well.
And in this early round, the defense wins.
Here we go. 46, 46.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. Now Elliott. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboys. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. They come out here in the eye. Here's Elliott, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Cowboys are in for 6.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now McKinnon to start the drive. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They'll run it now out of the guns. And an alley to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So after the run by McKinnon, here's 1st and 10. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. That's going to set him back 5 yards. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now McKinnon, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
That ball's caught. Aguilar, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Nelson Aguilar, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Dancing, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely, and that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. A second down throw for Prescott. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A very solid gain of 27. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. The give is to Elliott. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
So if he'd been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Eric Armstead in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to go down again.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got some breathing room. 20. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, his first touchdown as a 49er. And the 49ers have moved down in front. And he knocks it through. Gold now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Second down, Prescott. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play for the Cowboys on 3rd. 42 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
47. Go, get out there, get out there. 26.
From the red zone now, Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shepard. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Run. Run.
Prescott from the gun. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. DeForest Buckner. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Prescott now. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, then no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through. All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward.
Gold with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Play action now. Prescott. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Here we go, 46. 26.
3rd and long for Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The clock showing just 16 seconds till the half as they line up 1st and 10. On 1st down, Garoppolo. Now he's going to go deep down, and that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A.J. Green in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Gold now out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So, all right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is,
and he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. DeForest Buckner in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
46.
Prescott to throw it. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
46.
Third and short yardage. Prescott toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Now a handoff, running off tackle right. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Play fake. Here's Prescott. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Prescott from the gun on third. Hard throw, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. He'll return it from the 6. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Black 80! 180! 11, 11. 11, 11. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. 65, 65.
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. Throw right side taken in by Pettis. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, a 22. Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Like 20! Like 80! 21, 21.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. It's complete left side to Aguilar. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
11, 11. I got you, I got you. 6, 6, 11, 11.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. And that is incomplete here. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And this is going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And Gold is able to put it through. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
So Prescott of the Cowboys 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing, Prescott. Space to maneuver at the 40. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
But it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Good. There we go. 180.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Here we go. 46. Switch. Switch. And 8. 86.
Prescott on first down. That is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 46. Here we go. 46. Gun. 46.
Looking to throw. Prescott escaping the pressure right. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
It's coming now.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Here we go. 46.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it is incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back.
No surprise. They try to throw the ball on 4th down, but it gets batted down. They don't pick it up.
A little football 101. When you're going toward that quarterback, you see he's going to start to throw. Get your hands up, right?
Get your hands up, affect the play, and then everyone get your hands up. When the ball gets to the receiver, moment of truth, knock it away.
They go play action here on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. D. Ford. Leading the surge there, he drops him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Like 20. 180. 21.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And Green with a catch left side. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Flex round! Flex round!
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. A dump down to McKinnon. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, a 22.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And now he'll tuck it and run. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Back to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
And Gold is able to put it through, and that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
First down, Prescott. Now he'll be hit from behind, and he has landed on hard.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now Prescott, flush to his right. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
To throw is Prescott. Cooper's got him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 23 yards on the play. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Prescott looks to throw on first. Eluding the pressure right. Completes it right side to Cooper. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. A give to Elliott. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Under. 26.
He's going to get it running right. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal.
46. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Flushed out right, and he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Escaping the pressure right. And this is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the 49ers are going to get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
That one looks like he'll throw here. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go. Defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
They run it with McKinnon. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Here again is McKinnon. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for San Francisco, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the Washington Redskins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Superstars superstars out. Brand new cars, we by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash, shots and goals, rock the shows, big bang rolls, cash. Now she go, for the team, now she don't skid, splash. Think about posting up on the ground, man, the leader. Whole gang in the field, we don't do bleachers, pockets lettuce, don't think I'm ready, you got that swag, you got that salt, then sell it, free mind, cash them out, we bellin'. Saw my teacher, I was the same student fella. Now I got a lawyer, straight cash, no settlement. I'm out my element, out my element. My the same, don't need no clout, no fame. No clout, bought the game, all brand new chain. I swerve the lane, call the group gang. Put that thing, whip it, this shit give me. Ooh, yeah. Them boys fool you tryna do it, bring the I do. Don't want them, they pull up with that. It's times three, this how it go. Park $1 million at the we gon' eat that until we go. Eat it up. Rich straight to the top floor. More PJs than PJ. Rich like water, go to Cabo. Flash. Cash in the walls, hollow. Cash. Your money too small, micro. Hunch up on the call, gotta. Yeah. Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash, shots and goals, rock the shows, big bang rolls, cash. Now she go for the team, now she don't skid, splash. Think about posting up on the ground, man, the leader. Whole gang in the field, we don't do bleachers. Think about posting up on the ground, man, the leader. Whole gang in the field, we don't do bleachers.
Ice the game, had to ice the game. So much ice, too much, had to ice the lane. Breathe the dust, breathe, had to breathe the lane. Freeze, camera phone. Turn your lights off. We been on. Came from my block and growed up, guess I'm homegrown, well known. That is my cologne. I put my wrist inside the freezer, came out froze. Ice. I put my heart inside, cause I was chose. I put my heart inside and only God knows. Yeah, the clinics for that baby, wipe this nose. I wipe this nose. What's a leg with till they explode?
Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash, shots and goals. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls, cash. Now she go for the team. Now she don't skid. Splash. Think about posting up on the ground, man, the leader. Whole gang in the field, we don't do bleachers. Think about posting up on the ground, man, the leader. Whole gang in the field, we don't do bleachers. All set.
Great with the stars out. Great. Not a board the house. Get deported out. Moved out for a shot. Marvin the Martian. I'ma put your brain up for auction. Proceed with caution. Skeleton AP is frosted. I sit back and read the offense. Was it did it the faucets? Chanel bag is ostrich. Stay down, come up in the process. Private jet, yeah. The same diamond milk, yeah. I'ma get it on welfare. The pink stone real. Bling bling blow, yeah. Mama got style, yeah. Chanel reptile player. On Mars, gotta get the grace of the God. 3 rock stars, nobody seeing the gang on guard.
Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash, shots and goals. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls, cash. Now she go for the team. Now she don't skid. Splash. Think about posting up on the ground, man, the leader. Whole gang in the field, we don't do bleachers. Think about posting up on the ground, man, the leader. Whole gang in the field, we don't do bleachers.
I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds. Oh yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall.
Chillin' like a boss on my feet up. Got a bag for him with a visa. Pulling up the know the leader. Getting out while I'm on the. She's a keeper. No play burritos. Get to the pesos with amigos. I cannot with no zeros.
Don't you run out? No, I can't show you no love, baby. Yeah, I am a boss in the cut, Mayday. Bubbles and these models, it's popping, I tip her. I skip her, I give her the. Girl, you on my line right now. Yeah, I can see the